Penultimate Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops presented by Crossroads Ford of Fuquay Arena. It draws us to the high school of Southeast Raleigh, two of the top 4A women's programs in the state. It is the Greater News Conference Game of the Year, and it is packed of Titan and Bulldog fans. We welcome you to Raleigh, North Carolina. Patrick Keenan, Jay Sohnhalter is the undefeated Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs in conference play. They're 18-1 overall, 9-0 in conference play, and the Titans of South Garner, just one loss in the conference, came 2 weeks ago to this Bulldog squad. They meet again.
It's going to be a great game, Patrick. The intensity tonight, the speed and athleticism that both teams will play with is going to be at such a high level. I expect both teams to make strong playoff runs, and it starts tonight. This game is huge. The winner is going to have the upper hand as far as seeding goes.
Right, South Garner program that began 7 years ago, and here they are now at the top of the Greater News. Meanwhile, we know about Southeast Raleigh, the great history that they have. Over the last 25 years, they've either won or played in a state championship game 7 times, and they're endeavoring to do it once again this year, Jay.
Yeah, the tradition here is special, and Nicole Sampson has been here through all those strong runs, and Ashley Fuller for South Garner has built her program up very quickly into one of the best.
All right, let's take a look at some of the key players we will see tonight, Jay. Who do you like?
Well, for South Garner, coming in on the road, Chloe Crawford's looking to have a big game. She's a 3-level scorer. She can shoot the ball well from the outside. She's really coming on strong as of late. She's only a junior, and she has an offer from Winston-Salem State, and expect more to come. And over on the other side for the Bulldogs, Coco Davis, is explosive. She takes her game to another level, and she plays so fast. She's a great ball handler. She can distribute and get others involved. She's got a nice shot from the outside. And Patrick, on the defensive end, she knows how to really lock you down and create havoc.
All right, it was a 9-point win for the Bulldogs about 2 weeks ago. What are the keys tonight for Southeast Raleigh to beat them again?
Well, they're really focusing on making sure they take advantage in the paint area. That was a focus area coming to this ball game, and then making their free throws. That's something they want to correct from their last matchup. And for the Bulldogs, they need to box out. They have to be physical and win on the boards, and then using their speed out on transition, trying to create fast break opportunities is something they feel like they can excel at tonight.
All right, so it is Southeast Raleigh and South Garner matching up tonight in the Greater News. And we'll take a look at the starters. There you see for the Southeast Raleigh, the starters are presented by Riddle and Riddle when justice counts.
Isaiah Trent, Jariah Harris, Corin Davis, Trinity Dunn, and Jada Rhodes, the starting 5 for the Bulldogs. And this is a deep team, Patrick, and with the speed that they play with, they'll go to their reserves. They feel like there's no drop-off, but this is a group that's played a lot of basketball, winning basketball together, the starting 5.
All right, now the starting lineup for South Garner. There they are, the Titans, coached by Ashley Fuller in her 3rd year, the 5 on the floor, and we'll see their rotation pretty deep.
It starts with Moore, Barnes, Harley Clark, who's been amazing this year as a freshman, Khalees Crawford and Taylor Moore, and there's Coach Ashley Fuller leading her team.
It's the Titans 10-1 in the Greater News. Southeast Raleigh 9-0. And here we go from a near sellout at Southeast Raleigh High School. Glad you were with us on this next to last weekend of Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops presented by Crossroads Ford of Fuquay Arena. Thanks for sticking with us. And we will tip off at 2 minutes before 8 o'clock Eastern Time. The tip is controlled by Southeast Raleigh. They go quickly up the floor and turn it over, and take it right back and give it away a second time. We played 7 seconds, 3 turnovers.
Well, protecting the basketball when you play at such a pace is so important. So which team can win the turnover margin is going to be a huge factor in tonight's game.
Nice take there by Barnes, misses the layup, an offensive rebound, and that stick back a little bit long. A 3rd crack from Indeed, no, and the rebound grabbed by the Bulldogs. We get a foul charged against South Garner.
South Garner has the height advantage down low. Look for them to crash the offensive glass tonight and follow their shots.
Foul charged against Crawford. There is Nicole Sampson, hired back in 2006. She's one of the most legendary high school coaches in the women's game in North Carolina. And a 3 basically flattens off of the heel and goes down. for Maisha Moore, and the Titans of South Garner trailing by 3. Into the corner, this is Moore. Can't tie things up, and the rebound tiptoeing on the end line. Davis outlets ahead, and Harris will make it 5-love. The 3 by Trent, the bucket by Harris in transition. First 5 to Southeast Raleigh.
Harris is a slasher. Good job getting out on the run, beating the Titans down the floor for an easy bucket.
There's the throw out to Moore. Little running hook shot miss. Offensive rebound. Another in-close shot is missed. This one by Taylor Moore. South Garner, though, gets it right back. On the pull-up, Clark. And the Bulldogs will see them run a lot like this tonight. Nice driving lane. Just spins off the side of the rim. No good. But free throws coming up for Corin Davis.
If you're a defender, you've got to get back to slow down the fast break. Look how quickly the Bulldogs move the ball up the court. There's Corin Davis going coast to coast all the way and just beating the defense using her athleticism, then goes into the body very wisely to get to the line.
Our first couple of Original Grills free throws of the night. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. And one more coming up for Corin Davis. The start that Wesley Fuller and the Titans were hoping for. Coming on the road, winning in this building is something that conference teams generally don't do. Now the first 7 spotted the Bulldogs a touchdown lead in the first minute and a half. Barnes well defended, gets it into the half court. A deflected pass and nearly turned over, but it goes off of the leg of the Bulldogs. Stays with South Garner.
For South Garner, they just got to settle down in their offense and get into a flow, movement without the basketball. Make sure you're cutting strong and getting open.
Titans will get it into Moore. Defended by the freshman Harris. Little runner in the lane, no, but a foul. This will go on the Bulldogs. And we'll get our first opportunity for the Titans to get on the board here. Foul against Corin Davis.
South Garner does such a good job of getting to the free throw line with how aggressive they play. And that's an area Ashley Fuller talked with us about, is taking advantage of your free throw opportunities and shooting a high percentage tonight.
One more coming for South Garner from the Original Grills free throw line. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. 1 of 2 for Moore. And the defensive rebound grab by Jada Rhodes. Quickly down the floor. Trent had it blocked out of bounds. And a little extra stare by Harley Clark, the freshman. Clark already 6'2" as a freshman for the Titans.
Yeah, so impressive. She's been offered by North Carolina A&T and UNC Wilmington as a freshman. Coach Fuller's daughter. She's an elite athlete that can score the basketball on the defensive end. She has those innate shot blocking skills.
I have to imagine the offer is going to roll in over the next couple of years as she gets bigger, stronger. 7-1 lead for the Bulldogs. Rhodes somehow got through. Can't finish, but she will travel to the line for a couple of free throws. Everything but the bucket.
Southeast Raleigh slashing and going into the teeth of that defense. This gets knocked from behind as she was shooting.
So Rhodes for 2, leaves it short. That was the second foul already on Khalees Crawford. So she will check out for South Garner. Janiyah Massenberg, number 30, is on the floor for South Garner. 1 of 2 for Rhodes. That's Erica Allen, 5'8" senior, on the floor for the first time for the Bulldogs, replacing Corin Davis.
Allen, she's a utility player, really good defender, and somebody that Coach Sampson trusts coming into the ballgame.
Barnes, little hesitation. Reverses, long jumper from the perimeter, no good. Rebound, it twists right to the front of the rim, left short by Clark. And the rebound of the Bulldogs. Clark may have rushed that one. At the other end, a long three-pointer is missed. The rebound to Taylor Moore. And Moore throws it away. Harris, freshman for the Bulldogs, has it. A restart. And now we'll recycle the offense. 8-1 lead for Southeast Raleigh.
Southeast Raleigh spreading the floor, trying to create driving opportunities.
Throw it away. Take away by Clark. Dribbling down the floor. A runner on the baseline too long. No foul Payne. Tough start for Harley Clark. Bulldogs again down the floor. Look at that beautiful pass by Trent. And the easy bucket for the Bulldogs. They lead 10-1.
Well, this is the pace that they want to play with. Up tempo, try to get out on the run, and it's paying off so far.
Ashley Fuller lets her Titans play on. It has been a rough go so far for South Garner. And a foul there on Southeast Raleigh. They'll go against Jada Rhodes. A 10-1 lead. By the Bulldogs, switching on that screen, the give and go. A little out of sorts, but a nice finish on the inside. And the first field goal of the game for the Titans. It's Janai Massenberg.
Massenberg, the freshman, she is so smart. As her teammate was driving towards the baseline, she cut right to the middle to get that pass and finish.
There are 5 freshmen on this roster for South Garner, and many of them get some quality minutes. There's a nice anticipation by Massenberg. The freshman steals it, driving home, and she'll head to the free throw line. Foul goes on Erica Allen, and that'll take us to a timeout as we are underway in the Greater News Women's Basketball Conference Game of the Year. A quick start for the Bulldogs. The unbeaten Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs up by 7. There's the third-year head coach of South Garner. That's Ashley Fuller. She inherited a program that went 1-67 before she took over. 8-17 in her first year, 19-8 last year, and now South Garner, when they win tonight, would move into a conference share of the lead with 1 week to go. She's done a masterful job with this Titan program.
Amazing job and a great person, and her record speaks for herself. And their days looking forward, when you talk about how young this team is, Patrick, it's amazing the success they've had and a bright future for her and her team.
And Massenberg, one of the 5 freshmen on this team, makes 1 of 2. We'll see Leah Edwards, Leah White, Taylor Darden, and her daughter Harley Clark are the other freshmen. They will get significant minutes tonight and the rest of the way, and all for the next 3 years.
This is a team that has had many college coaches out to evaluate them. State schools as well as SEC and ACCs from out of the state have come to evaluate these young players.
Harris, number 3, one of the freshmen for the Bulldogs, being harassed by Barnes, had it tipped into the backcourt on a violation. Excellent defense on the perimeter, forcing the turnover. That's what it will take for the Titans. That's how they get back into this game.
They've got to turn it up on the defensive end. You've got to win the turnover margin. We talked at the beginning of the broadcast about that factor, and that's going to be something we'll monitor throughout the game.
Nice entry feed. Taylor Moore gets the kind roll. It's a 10-6 lead for the Bulldogs. And Harris again having a lot of difficulty on the defensive side, and we'll get a foul there by South Garner. Well, clearly that was the message during that first timeout for Ashley Fuller on her defensive side. They're making it very difficult for Harris out in the perimeter.
That late trap, the Titans extending their pressure.
Foul charge against Moore. And now Moore on the ball, pressure, a clean takeaway by Barnes. Up ahead, nice fingertip grab made by Clark, and then lost it over the end line, knocked out by the Bulldogs, with the defensive intensity roaring to 5th gear for the Titans.
Turning up the pressure, and that's the difference coming out. After that timeout, you can just see their intensity level is picked up.
So this is Clark, the freshman. We go opposite now to Barnes, 2:45 for the first quarter, 10-6. Titans have clawed their way back into it. Tough pass to get through, and a good job grabbing that pass by Massenberg. That was a last-second decision to make that long diagonal to the block.
He always seems to be at the right place at the right time. Very heady as a freshman.
It was an early 7-point lead, down to 2. That's tipped off the glass right back into the hands of Trinity Dunn.
She does everything. She's a rebounder, a shooter in there. Nice job recognizing where the ball was, putting it back in.
12-8 Bulldogs, twisting, bucket off of the wing, yes. Bucket for Barnes. Starting to get a little bit more physical over the last couple of minutes here. 12-10 Southeast Raleigh.
She's really emerging as a leader in this program. Primary ball handler, showing her touch from the outside.
That three knocked down by Harris. Crossroads Ford, a Fuquay Arena three-pointer. Crossroads Ford, a Fuquay Arena. The Ford store that gives you more.
Good-looking shot from the outside, creating it, and that was a big one to stop the drought.
15-10 takeaway. Here's Harris again. The freshman has some options. Throws across the paint, and a beautiful finish by Rhodes. And the freshman Harris looking anything like a freshman over the last couple of possessions. Knocked down a three to quell momentum from the Titans, and then a steal and a perfect decision in transition.
And that's a good timeout, just slowing down this momentum as Southeast Raleigh starts with a three-point shot. Good look from the outside. Harris gets that pass, shoots it, and then comes right back on the defensive end. And beautiful no look over her shoulder to Maya Rhodes, who finished.
So 5 quick ones for the Bulldogs. Timeout taken by South Garner. So it returns to a 7-point lead for Nicole Sampson and the Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs. There's a look at the Rocky Mount High School alum. She played her college basketball at UNC Asheville. But again, she has been one of the staples in women's basketball across the state at the high school level for the better part of 2 decades here for Southeast Raleigh. It's unusual to see a head coach with that kind of success stay in the same spot for this long.
And build this tradition. And there's so many great former players in this program that these young players look up to. They've all been underneath Coach Sampson, and just what a job she's done as a pillar here at Southeast Raleigh.
South Garner plays it's the high post to Clark. And we get a foul taken by Southeast Raleigh. Saw that graphic a moment ago. We'd like to welcome a brand new sponsor to the Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops broadcast presented by Crossroads Ford at Fuquay Arena. That is the Shawan Robinson basketball. The points in the paint, sponsored by the Shawan Robinson Basketball School. Register today, ShawanRobinsonBasketballSchool.com. Thank you for your support and welcome to our broadcast. And there's going to be a travel before any contact against Taylor Moore. Turnover by South Garner.
And Coach Robinson does such a great job with young athletes, and he's a legend in this area, playing and coaching, and he's got an outstanding camp he does for the youth.
Takeaway by the Titans. The ball rolls right to the fingertips of Barnes. Misses the three, and then trying to corral on the end line, but on the end line was the Titan. It's out of bounds to Southeast Raleigh. 17-10, Bulldogs lead.
The Titans coming out showing full court press, and they've changed up their defensive looks throughout this game, going man-to-man to zone and back and forth, trying to slow down this pace.
Nearly a tip away by Massenberg. Boy, they're really flocking to the basketball. They will take a foul, though, in the backcourt, and they are over the limit. So we'll see some free throws here for the Bulldogs with under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Second foul on Barnes. She will likely sub out. Trent at the foul line for the Bulldogs. 17-10, Southeast Raleigh. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. You can do that this Super Bowl Sunday weekend. And one more coming for Trent. Already 6 different Bulldogs have scored in this first quarter. Talk about their depth. Many options offensively out there for Southeast Raleigh. One more coming for Trent. 5'9" sophomore. And it's the biggest lead of the evening for the Bulldogs, up by 9. Inadvertent horn, I believe, as we get a sub coming in. That's Amaya Rhodes back in replacing Trent. (19-10) Southeast Raleigh. Underneath, oh, nice catch with the right hand by Taylor Moore. That pass had a lot on it. It was a little bit behind her.
There's a zone pressure from the Bulldogs. The Titans move the ball quickly as Moore gets a steal.
And here comes Clark up the floor, passes off the wing, picked up off of the deck and reset, and they whip one again to the inside. The freshman Harris steps in front of another pass. 3 from Rhodes. And the rebound grabbed underneath by South Garner. Maybe a walk down there. They got away with it, but turn it right back over. Rhodes again. This is their second straight. Offensive rebound. A stuff. A recollect, and now a foul on the way up. And the effort is getting up the charts for these two teams.
The intensity, fighting down low. Here's the offensive board and the contact. Clean block the first time, second time goes into the body to get to the line.
Foul goes on Taylor Moore, her first. So here is Jada Rhodes, 5'10", sophomore. This is a young Southeast Raleigh team as well. They do have a handful of seniors on this squad, but Harris, a freshman, Trent, a sophomore, Davis on the bench with a couple of fouls, a sophomore. And here is Rhodes, another sophomore. Trinity Dunn, a sophomore as well. These teams might be leveling haymakers to one another, figuratively speaking, over the next couple of years with these players.
Can you imagine the matchups that these players get older, going against each other multiple times?
Quick 3 as the first quarter clock winds down. That is missed by the Titans, and we're done with 1. And Southeast Raleigh, a quick start, scored the first 7 of the game and hold a 9-point lead at the end of 1. The unbeaten Bulldogs, just once beaten all year, unbeaten in the Greater News, trying to defend the home court. And a 9-point lead after 1 for Southeast Raleigh. First quarter in the books, 21-12 lead for Southeast Raleigh, leading South Garner on the penultimate Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops presented by Crossroads Ford of Fuquay Arena. Patrick Peters, Jay Songhalter with you, 21-12, Bulldogs lead. South Garner basketball in the traveling charcoal-colored uniforms. And Massenberg had her pass to the sideline tipped out by Corin Davis, who's back on the floor with a 1 foul and a couple of points in the opening quarter. There's the defensive pressure by South Garner that got him back into the game in that first quarter, but offensively, not really firing on all cylinders quite yet, Jay.
Just starting to feel a little bit more comfortable as that first quarter winded down, but it was the turnovers that the Bulldogs created kind of forced them to lose some momentum.
Now here's Rhodes off of the turnover by the Titans. A long diagonal skip to a leaping Davis. He'll fire. And the rebound toward the corner. Nice job staying in bounds by Trent to save it. And then that was thrown away by Davis. Hard part was taken care of on tracking down the offensive rebound and staying in bounds. The easy part was making that pass. Could not connect. Titan basketball, trailing by 9. And this is the freshman guard, number 25, harassed, had it taken away and tied up in the backcourt. Excellent hustle by Corin Davis.
She is so athletic, and Nicole Sampson talked about her defensive ability, what she can do to force other teams into turnovers and make them feel uncomfortable.
And you brought up college coaches, and we talked about the youth on each of these teams. Is Dunn hits the glass and a 3. How about that feed by the freshman to the inside? A leaping pass on the rebounds for Tina Rhodes, who does get fouled. But what college coaches look for and need, especially at this age of college basketball on the women's side, you need to be able to leave high school and play defense. And we're already seeing from the young players on each of these teams, they are energetic about playing defense.
Passionate about it, and that is one of the first things, as you stated, that coaches at the next level look for. Everybody that they're going to recruit can score, but who's going to play on the other end of the court? Who's going to show that passion and intensity to impact the game in another way? And these young players, it stands out in this game.
One more free throw from the original Grills free throw line. Elevate your grill game. First time the lead has moved into double figures for the Bulldogs. as Barnes comes in replacing Moore for the Titans. Ten-point lead, and the offensive rebound grabbed by Trent on the missed free throw. Looking for room, creates it. Boy, a lot of congestion in the corner. Tipped away, spiked down, and taken away by Moore and the Titans. And there's that on-the-ball pressure again by Davis. She is just not letting Barnes break away free. Nice crossover, baseline drive, blocked, kept alive, and tell you what, Uriah Harris is everywhere right now defensively, the freshman for the Bulldogs.
And she is so wiry and athletic and has those innate skills that you can't coach. Watch with her base, keeping the defender in front, and then perfect timing to swat the ball out of bounds.
And another turnover by the Titans. Here comes Southeast, Raleigh up the floor. This is Trinity Dunn breaking through, throws it up, and that almost went down. Free throws for Dunn.
Dunn, only a sophomore, 5'9", has really good speed and used it against the bigs of her opponents to beat them down the floor.
Second foul on Chloe Crawford, number 5. And this has been the story of the game for Southeast Raleigh, forcing live ball turnovers and quickly going from defense to offense and really getting the Titans on their heels where they're out of position, forced to commit a lot of fouls, and we see a lot of free throws by Southeast Raleigh as a result. 1 of 2 for Dunn. 23-12 Bulldogs. Open jumper off the heel, offensive rebound, and it a little bit rushed. Bulldog rebound, and here they come with Trent. And look how quickly they attack. Harris. Well, she is slippery, isn't she?
She is so good and skilled as a passer and knowing how to get away from a defender.
Deflected pass into the teeth of the zone. Now Harris will tee one up. Rims it short. And South Garner will collect. Trailing by 11. Up the floor, catch and release 3, around and off. Offensive board for the Titans. And South Garner to the free throw line.
Chloe Crawford going to the line, and she is shifty and long. She's a 3-level scorer. Been offered from Winston-Salem State. Here's the rebound. Quick pass out to Crawford.
Second foul on Davis. And one more coming. It's Crawford. That's her first point of the game. 23-13 Southeast Raleigh. Original Grills free throw line. Elevate your grill game. 1 of 2. Rebound pinball around. Harris got knocked off her feet, as did Trent. And will stay with South Garner. Ten-point deficit, and that was nowhere close. Chloe Crawford. Again, we're seeing a lot of forced shots early in the possession by the Titans that don't seem to have kind of any plan offensively of how they're attacking. Just trying to take the first somewhat open look that they get.
Yeah, I think they need to stay patient on the offensive side and move the ball in the perimeter and try to get it into the post here. Win inside of the paint.
Trent into traffic, blocked from behind nicely by Harley Clark. Bodies, though, dive on the floor as the ball squirts loose, and we'll have a tie. And we'll go the other way to South Garner. 5:26 left in the first half. And the Bulldog defense making the Titans work for really any clean look they get. Harris again sticking right with Barnes as she races up the floor, senses a screen. With a screen roll, travel maybe, wasn't called, an interior foul again on the Bulldogs.
And Clark, so good at gaining her position. She sets up on the low block and gets that entry pass and knows how to maneuver to get to the line.
Foul charge against Trinity Dunn. Nicole Sampson kind of smacked the padding of the seats on the bench when that whistle came. I think she thought there might have been a walk prior to any contact. And that went off the glass. No good. So one more coming for Harley Clark. Yet to score. She averages 9 a game. Clark 0 for 2 from the line. Rebound up the lane to Trent. Trent has made some really good decisions when she's had the ball on the sideline or on the baseline. Got an inadvertent boot in the stomach right there. Foul on South Garner. Accidental contact right there, and the foul, I believe, went on Harley Clark.
As the ball comes out, Clark trying to gain position to get the charge. Southeast Raleigh is going to maintain possession. I think for the Bulldogs, the key for them is spacing the floor to give themselves opportunities to drive and then also crash in the offensive glass.
And that's an illegal screen set by Rhodes. Turnover on the Bulldogs. That's her second foul.
The screen just not set. And ball goes the other way.
One of the easier calls the officials will have to make tonight. Titan ball down by 10. Barnes wheeling around. Contact, no whistle on the initial contact, and now we're going to get a foul on Southeast Raleigh. Kennedy Davis, number 5, picks it up. Try to just reach in and take the basketball away.
Trying to split the double team. And this is a point, Patrick, where the Titans need to go on a run. They've got to find a way to gain some momentum, get on a hot streak.
Nice finish on the interior through some contact. First field goal of the game for Harley Clark. Titans down by 8.
6'2" and a nice looking shot.
And that one somehow got through. Clark, though, blocks it. It's loose on the end line, and Trent is first on the scene. Oh, look at that ball control by Trent. A lot of arms were going for it. Trent now gets the release to Trinity Dunn. 8-point lead, back to Trent. He scored 5 in the opening quarter, spins, realizes it's not the right angle, and bounces it away to Harris, and we get a timeout taken by Southeast Raleigh. Good recognition by Nicole Sampson, who that offensive possession really wasn't going anywhere. Bulldogs, though, lead by 8 halfway through the second quarter. Tonight's Scholar Athlete is brought to you by Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitters. Jay, we've been to a lot of high school games over the years. Some places you're lucky to find water and maybe a bag of Skittles. Here at Southeast Raleigh, it's like a full food buffet. There's popcorn, there's soda. I saw a flat box of pizza a moment ago, certainly with the nachos, Italian ice cream. It's all here. They do it right at Southeast Raleigh.
It does look good, and I hope at a halftime you'll be a buddy and go get me some.
Blocked out about as nicely by Taylor Moore. Stays with the Bulldogs. I mean, this is like a Sunday brunch. There they are. It's popcorn. It's nachos. You think they have last call on nachos like they do at bars? Like last call for alcohol, last call for nachos here. They're so good. Everybody wants them. And that is thrown away by Southeast Raleigh.
You're making me hungry.
Can you tell I haven't eaten since about 3:30 today? Well, you're right about the Titans. This is the time they need to just kind of knife into this deficit. A 10-point deficit going into halftime is not where they want to be on the road.
This has to be go time. They have to feel that urgency just to be able to cut into this lead and get something going. Yeah, this is a tough atmosphere on the road with this crowd. I mean, you look at the view here. These players, this is a bright light on them tonight with TV here, huge crowd, knowing what's on the line in this game.
I mean, you mentioned it's a tough atmosphere, but the crowd is right on top of the court. There's very little space between the sideline and really even where we are to the first row of stands. It's only a couple of feet. Nice take, but a driving layup is missed off glass by Harris. And now the Titans still trailing by 8 as Barnes knifing through a flat-footed block and then a rip away by Southeast Raleigh. Quick whistle. Alternating possession to Southeast Raleigh. But again, this is a potential conference reshaping game, not just for this season, but moving forward. At some point, the Titans are going to have to get over the team that has been one of the dominant forces in women's basketball in this area for the better part of a couple of decades. They felt like this might be their year. They lost in the first game by 9 points in late January. And we have yet to see the best of the Titans so far tonight, but it's the defense, the Bulldogs, that probably has led to some breakdowns. Titans with a trap, fighting through Trent, and she gets tied up nicely by Massenberg. Massenberg has played some nice defense on the perimeter as well. Arrow the other way to South Garner.
And for South Garner, I think you've got to go to Clark inside. Try to get her touches and use her size and just her ability to gain position down low to give her looks.
To the Bulldogs' credit, they've only given up 15 points in this game to South Garner. Nearly forced a turnover again, and another rushed perimeter shot by Barnes. Off the rim and out of bounds. It will belong to Southeast Raleigh. 2:52 to play in the first half. Coming up, the Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing High School Hoops halftime report. First half highlights and more. Air Experts. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com. Three on the way, just flips off by Harris. Offensive rebound and great interior defense by Taylor Moore. And we'll get a travel, though, on the potential breakaway. Boy, Maya Rowe just ran right into a wall. Excellent defense on the inside by Taylor Moore of South Garner. Poked away, and that looked like it was going to be an illegal touch by Rhodes, who was out of bounds, did not reestablish. And it is South Garner basketball. They're forcing the turnovers, just not scoring on the other end.
Yeah, their defense is starting to really step up. Now it's time, though, to get some motion on offense.
Massenberg creating, and a whistle near the end line. Foul on Southeast Raleigh. Offensive execution on both sides suboptimal so far tonight as Trent collects the foul. But again, if you like scrappy defense, blue-collar defense, you've enjoyed this one. I don't know that Ashley Fuller has really enjoyed this first half at all. There is Crawford to the free throw line for two. That's her first point of the game. Southeast Raleigh now over the limit. So one more free throw from the original Grills free throw line. Elevate your grill game. 1 and 2. Rebound to the Bulldogs. 2:20 for the first half. Another poke away and a steal by Moore. And now South Garner, they've had ample chances to really get back into this one. Barnes, runner off balance, no. Offensive rebound though, grabbed by Moore. Barrels down the lane, misses. Crawford has it. And a whistle, and we get a travel on South Garner.
Bulldogs feisty down low, making it difficult.
You see Ashley Fuller pleading for a call there, some contact. 23-16, all alone behind the defense. Rhodes, and she gets punished through the end line. And a two-shot foul coming. Second foul on Taylor Moore, who got every bit of her on this foul.
There's the hesitation with the little shot fake from Rhodes to get Moore up in the air. Good job knowing that she was right behind her to get her off balance.
One more coming for Maya Rhodes. 24-16. Southeast Raleigh on top. Again, they've lost only one game this year, back on December 14th to out-of-state Manchester. Couple of free throws for Rhodes. There's the updated Shawan Robinson Basketball School points in the paint. 6 apiece for Southeast Raleigh and South Garner. Those are today at ShawanRobinsonBasketballSchool.com. Seems like every time up the floor, we're getting fouls on both sides. Officials discuss. Now the officials get things squared away. It'll be a throw in here for South Garner, trailing by 9. This is a three. Side of the rim, no good. Out of bounds to the Bulldogs. South Garner has not made a three all game.
And the Titans have had some looks. It's been there. They just got to find a way to knock those down. And that's going to be their hope in the second half is, hey, listen, we've got to clean things up, but we just have to take advantage and make our shots.
Going for the steal and missing. Leads Rhodes open for three. Not close too long. Massenberg had it knocked out of her hands and will stay with the Titans. Well, South Garner down by 9 should probably feel fortunate that they have a shot in this game because the Bulldogs' offense has not looked all that clean either in the first half. They oscillated around the perimeter. Coming up on a minute to play in the first half. This is Barnes, averaging 11 a game. She has only 2. Nice interception on the inside. Trinity Dunn jumps to passing lane. And Dunn plays it ahead to Trent. Defense chasing, a trap near midcourt, and we get an either overback or a palming violation. Charge against Trent and the Bulldogs.
Too many turnovers for the Bulldogs, and that's got to be an area they've got to clean up in the second half. The pressure coming up with the double team.
Yeah. There's that foot on the line right there. That was the call. Still down by 9. They pass to the inside and open this time is Khalees Crawford. Big bucket. South Garner down by 7.
That's a big one. Getting Crawford going, and now get inside of a minute. I think the Bulldogs here need to just slow down, stretch the floor.
Quick shot by Harris, the freshman. Not what they needed here. And South Garner on their knees to grab the rebound. Is plucking it off of the deck is Barnes, and she got fouled. Southeast Raleigh over the limit.
Khalees Crawford getting down on the floor to knock the ball loose to get it to her teammate, and it pays off as the Bulldogs scrambling for it, just fall into the body. And now with this foul, we're going to go to the line.
Yeah, boy, really impatient three by Harris. Then you take the foul in the backcourt. You're over the limit. And you were giving an open door for South Garner to get right back into this, and by halftime.
Ashley Fuller talks about the importance of her team making their free throws.
One
Good
more
start
for Barnes. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. Shots still really aren't falling for the Titans, but they're creeping slowly back into it. 29 seconds left in the half. And that gets wedged. Arrow the other way to Southeast Raleigh. Nicole Sampson can't be too thrilled with that. Likely to get the defensive rebound anyway, and you lose the possession arrow here. We'll get a timeout taken by the Bulldogs with 29 seconds to go in this first half. So draw up a play for Nicole Sampson and staunch this little momentum that the Titans have picked up. One more week of the Riddle and Riddle High School Hoops presented by Crossroads Ford of Fuquay Arena. That is next week. Apex Friendship will be taking on Green Level. We'll be there next Friday night. (25-19). Trapping pressure in the backcourt, and a travel forces a turnover.
For the Bulldogs, they can't be pleased with how this minute, underneath the minute, has gone the last 30 seconds, and now giving the ball back to the Titans, and this was a double-digit lead they had, and now only 6 points that could be shorter.
Harley Clark misses. Offensive crack, though, for the Titans. They play back outside for Barnes. This is a three. Harris tried to get her hands on the rebound, and it stays with South Garner. Harris lost over the baseline. Correction, that game we have next week, Jay, at Apex Friendship. Go to the right school, will you?
We'll be there.
16 seconds to go, first half. South Garner gets it in, quick touch back to the trigger man on the baseline. Three-pointer is missed, though, by Barnes. Up ahead, into the hands, Rhodes beat the defender, and then gets nailed on her attack to the rim. 5 seconds left. And that got some fans out of the bleachers onto their feet. And Nicole Sampson wanted this to maybe be an intentional foul. Hard foul taken by the freshman Massenberg. And the sophomore Rhodes will shoot a pair. 25-19 Southeast Raleigh. Now again, these teams met a couple of weeks ago. They're playing again tonight. Very likely meeting at some stage in the Greater News Conference tournament coming up in a couple of weeks, and then could meet again.
Yeah,
regional semifinals, regional finals perhaps.
Maybe 4 matchups this year.
Yeah, could be. 27-19, final couple of ticks. Barnes lets a 3 fly, all air. So we are at halftime from Southeast Raleigh. A bit of a messy, physical first half. Turnover plagued for the unbeaten Bulldogs of Southeast Raleigh, holding on to an 8-point lead. We are at halftime, 27-19 Southeast Raleigh. The Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing High School Hoops halftime report is next.
You're watching the Air Experts High School Hoops Halftime Report. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com. Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the WRDC Sports High School Hoops Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week. From South Garner High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Miasia Moore. Miasia is a 4-year letter winner in basketball and track and field and carries a 4.2 GPA. Miasia is a 4-year honor roll student, 4-year academic all-conference, and serves her community by volunteering at homeless shelters and food banks. From Southeast Raleigh Magnet High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Erica Allen. Erica is basketball team captain, a letter winner in basketball and volleyball, and carries a 4.58 GPA. Erica is the 2025 class valedictorian, an International Baccalaureate Diploma Program student, an Engineering IT Academy student, student body vice president, a member of National Honor Society and Beta Club, and is Japanese National Honor Society president. Erica is a 2024 Carson Scholar Scholarship awardee, a 2024 College Board National African American Recognition Program awardee, and a Park Scholar semifinalist. Erica serves her community as a church youth group leader.
This All-Star is now entered for a $3,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Tatum and Atkinson, injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters. You're watching the Air Experts High School Hoops Halftime Report. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com.
Halftime for Southeast Raleigh. Bulldogs up on South Garner 27-19. And while we are here at halftime, let's take a look at some of this season's top plays from all around the country.
Are the best high school hoops plays from across the country.
Grab the board. Oh, nice Euro, and the finish, it'll go. Reyes. It was interfered with, but it was going to drop for Reyes.
We've actually, Nick Nichols, he's going to take that. Nick Nichols with a slam to my guy Nick Nichols.
6 seconds, a 3 to tie it. Here it is, Williams makes it.
What you got here, Shavar? Can you slam, right hand, tomahawk. Louis Echevarria with the slam.
McIntyre fighting through some light crabs, gets the bucket and the foul. The lead back to 5 for Wakefield.
5 seconds left. Up ahead to McCarty, and his shot is blocked away by Kimonier. There's a senior night moment for one of the 5 Brentwood seniors.
Air Experts High School Hoops Halftime Report. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at yourairexperts.com.
Southeast Raleigh leading South Garner 27-19. Moments away from the start of the third quarter. Jay, let's get to some first half highlights. We saw the Bulldogs break out quickly.
They did early on in this ballgame. They were hot from the outside, shooting the basketball, and just really came out in transition and took over using their speed. Dariah Harris looked really good, the young freshman leading the way, and then also it was nice passes, everybody getting involved, touching the basketball and sharing. That's really helped out, give the Bulldogs open looks at the hoop.
The lead was built upwards of double digits for the Bulldogs, but they couldn't put the Titans away. It was a bit of a grind for South Garner offensively, but they did get a couple of clean looks, this one here by Barnes.
It just kind of hung in there, and I think there's going to be some adjustments they'll address at the halftime break. There were positives, though, getting the ball in the paint and moving the basketball. That's where they had their most success, when they moved it on the perimeter and beat the zone defense, getting the ball to their bigs.
So at the break, it's an 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. We'll take a look at some first half stats. Turnovers were the big story. A lot of free throws on both sides in the opening half. And Jay, what sticks out to you here?
The biggest thing is the turnover margin right now. I think for the Bulldogs, even though you have a lead, you've got to do a better job protecting the basketball. I think at the halftime break, both teams talked about taking better shots and knocking them in.
30 combined turnovers. Halftime, Bulldogs up by 8. Third quarter is next. All right, here we go. Second half. Greater News Conference Women's Basketball Game of the Year. Southeast Raleigh 9-0 in conference play. South Garner is 10-1. And Southeast Raleigh can effectively put the conference title away if they defend the home floor. Third quarter underway. Quick turnover by the Bulldogs. And early free throws for the Titans.
I think it's very important, Patrick, the first 3 minutes for South Garner to really take a hold of this game and try to cut into this lead. And on the opposite end, I think for Southeast Raleigh, if you win, dominate here to begin, you're going to really stretch out your lead. So this is vital coming out of the break.
Jay, remember in that opening quarter, 3 turnovers the first 7 seconds. We had 30 combined in the first half. A turnover by Southeast Raleigh within the first 5 seconds of this third quarter. But South Garner not doing itself any services from the free throw line or the three-point line. They're 0 for 11 from deep. They're now 5 out of 13 from the free throw line. Clark makes 1 out of 2.
Clark knocks it in, then heads this press.
And here's this pressure again by the Titans. They are harassing Corn Davis. Another turnover. Here come the Titans down by 7. And a foul on the backside just as Barnes was making that pass into the corner. So now 2 fouls on Southeast Raleigh in 14 seconds of this third quarter.
And 20 turnovers on the game, and the pressure from Ashley Fuller paying off. This is an important possession. Try to take advantage of what your defense is doing.
It's 3 fouls now on Erica Allen. South Garner again not shooting the ball well at all, really from anywhere. But they're holding on to a 7-point deficit here. If some shots start going down, this might be a downhill skiing for the Titans, but again, they need to make some shots. And right back to the free throw line. Looks like Rhodes picked up the foul. So it's 3 fouls in 27 seconds on Southeast Raleigh. South Garner might be pitching a 10 at the free throw line the rest of this third quarter here. Barnes finds an open Moore, slithering through and then travel.
The defense from the Bulldogs moving their feet and communicating to get the turnover.
Well, now that pressure again for the backcourt applied by the Titans. And Rhodes didn't really have anywhere to go. It's batted out of bounds. This will be a spot throw in now for Amaya Rhodes, and she's working against Harley Clark at 6'2", the long wingspan on that end line. They get it in and turn it right over again. 4 turnovers already in the first minute by the Bulldogs. The payoff by Barnes. Dangerous pass to get it in, and now weaving ahead Trinity Dunn. Nobody stops the ball, bounces into the opposite block, and that one hangs in for Jada Rhodes.
A good job from Rhodes scoring and ending the drought coming out of the break.
29-22. Titans down 7. Clark partially blocked, and the Bulldogs come away with it. Dunn to the corner. Rhodes open. A little long. South Garner the rebound. Don't see a lot of running in transition. That's why a clean pick by Davis going the other way. And the lead back to 9.
The defense turns into offense. That's the reason for this lead. The Bulldogs doing a nice job there with the turnover.
Dumping it in more. Close range. Got her own miss. And we'll head to the free throw line. So another foul on Southeast Raleigh.
More down low. She's looking to finish. Just stays with it. Gets the board. We'll head to the line, and they've got to knock in their free throws. That's got to be their focus.
They knock free throws in at even an average pace. They'll be within a couple of points here in no time. One more coming from the Original Grills free throw line. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. One more for Taylor Moore. 1 out of 2. Rebound up the paint to Harris. And Harris trapped in the sideline, steps through. Got a second chance to the dribble. Poked it away to a teammate. And these are what the offensive looks have looked like for Southeast Raleigh generally from the second quarter on. I mean, they're a little bit frenetic. They're dealing with a lot of quick defenses and closeouts and getting a little bit ahead of themselves. But they still lead by 8. Fouls the third on Taylor Moore. His first free throw is put in by Rhodes. She is 5 out of 5 from the Original Grills free throw line tonight.
And Southeast Raleigh's just found a way each time the Titans inch closer just to keep them at arm's length. The lead up to 9, the free throw coming up. They've always seemed to have a response.
8 in the game for Rhodes. 33-23. Southeast Raleigh up by 10. And on the end line. Turnover by Crawford. A couple minutes have gone by in this third quarter. Double team plus the sideline and a rip away by Barnes. And the jump ball called. Arrow belongs to South Garner.
They really set up that defense along the sidelines, using it as a defender as almost 3-on-1 instead of 2-on-1.
I mean, the Titans are just all out, selling out defensively. Every inbounds pass the Bulldogs are taking. It's paying dividends. They're getting the turnovers, but they're not putting things away with buckets. Crawford, 3, yes. Chloe Crawford makes the first 3 of the game for South Garner. Directed by Crossroads Ford of Fuquay Marina, the Ford store that gives you more. Scramble for the ball. Bodies on the deck, 3 of them, and we'll get another tie-up. 33-26 is the Southeast Raleigh lead.
That was a big 3. They had to have one going to see it go through, and they hope they'll start to make more and get hot. And these teams have played so hard tonight, going for the ball, laying it on the line.
Jay, there's a mix-up right now of the alternating possession. We've had so many of them in the first couple of minutes that the official score actually had the arrow pointing the wrong way. So it is Southeast Raleigh basketball. 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs get it in. Davis with some space out front. A nice pass to the short corner. That's one of the best offensive sets we've seen from either team all night.
Looked really good moving the ball with spacing.
They played inside. Clark fighting through, and she will head to the foul line. And the Bulldogs over the limit, shooting foul nevertheless. Down to a 9-point spread.
They get the ball up high to Clark, who's 6'2", long wingspan. She goes to work.
3 fouls now on Dunn. 3 fouls on Allen. 3 fouls on Trent. Foul trouble piling up for the Bulldogs. They still hold a 9-point lead as Clark misses for the 4th time in 5 attempts from the Original Grills free throw line. Again, the Titans are just not helping themselves at all from the free throw line. And they make one of two with fortune there for Clark. 35-27. Titans down 8. Davis races up the sideline. A takeaway by the Titans. Odd man break. Driving in. Contact. The trailer had it. And Clark got fouled. And that foul goes against Erica Allen. That will be her 4th.
This foul's racking up another turnover, and it turns into a fast break opportunity. Another line attempt for the Titans.
And another miss for the Titans. And I think this is now becoming psychological. They were 5 out of 12 from the line in the first half. They're 3 of 7 from the free throw line in this half. That's 8 out of 19 for the game. 8 of 20. So 40% offensive rebound, Crawford. And they whip it back out of the corner. Crawford, big three. Chloe Crawford, 2nd of the quarter. And South Garner within 5, and here's the pressure again. And they're harassing the freshman Harris, double team. And threads a bounce pass through. Bulldogs across the lane, there's a foul. I believe that's going to be number 3 on Chloe Crawford.
From the outside, the Titans knocking in 2 now here in the third quarter. Crawford setting up a ball movement in the rotation, knocking it in. You can see the sidelines starting to get back into this ball game.
Original Grills free throw knocked down by Rhodes. She has 9 points in the game, 7 of them from the free throw line. Southeast Raleigh by 6. And one more coming for Rhodes. 4:39 left, third quarter. Misses the free throw, battle for the board, and it'll be a foul on Southeast Raleigh. Fans unhappy with it. I think the official pointed the wrong way. It'll be a foul on South Garner instead. That'll be the 3rd on Crawford. All right, take it back. It's the 2nd on Clark. Bulldogs get it in. Harris. Davis passes up top. Rhodes leans in with a shoulder, and she'll shoot a couple of free throws. I mean, we're getting fouls every time up and down the floor.
There's a shot fake. And just with the ability of both teams to ball handle and their ball handling skills and driving in, that's what's forcing all these fouls. They're just going into the paint area, going into the teeth of the defense, and leveraging contact.
And now each team has one player with 4 fouls. Chloe Crawford for South Garner, Erica Allen for Southeast Raleigh. And one more coming from the Original Grills free throw line for Jada Rhodes. Off the back iron. Rebound chased down into the corner. Titans have it. Trailing by 7. Barnes goes inside, and there is Massenberg leaking behind the defense for the easy deuce.
And the Titans playing much better here in the third quarter on the offensive side.
Back to a 5-point game. Pressure again by the Titans. Broken easily this time, and we get a travel though. Skidding to a halt on the block by the Bulldog, Kayla Williams.
They just have to maintain their composure, try to limit the turnovers, slow down the pace a little bit. They want to play fast. They've got to slow it down with all the pressure they're facing.
On the reversal, a 3, knocked down again by Harley Clark. And it's a 2-point game, 37-35. Crossroads forward, a few wavering a 3-pointer. And a foul in the corner against South Garner. 3:38 to play, and South Garner, once down by 10, they begun to carve into the deficit. Harley Clark, they called this a 3. Looked like she was inside the line. 37-35, Southeast Raleigh hanging on by 2. Here's Ashley Fuller, her South Garner Titans beginning to sink their teeth into this one. Trailed by double digits, now they're down by 2. They got a break a moment ago on a three-pointer that was ruled in by Harley Clark. On our replay, clearly both feet were on the line. I mean, it wasn't even close. It was ruled a 3. They did not take a look and didn't have any conversations during the break about it, so a bonus point for South Garner. 38-35 as the first of 2 free throws is made by Mariah Harris. The officials did get together during that timeout. They went to the scores table. I think it was a discussion on all of the alternating possession issues we've had in the third quarter, but not about the 3-point versus 2-point make by Clark. 39-35, a hard take, a nice runner by Kalaya Barnes.
This game really tightening up, Patrick.
And now pressure again by the Titans. Attack, hard move, heavy contact, blocking foul. Ooh. That's a 50-50 call to go against Barnes. Foul number 3.
It's been physical from the outset. Each side playing very tough on the defensive end. Here's the contact, wanting the charge. Block is called as Rhodes goes into the area of the paint.
So back at the original Grills free throw line. Jada Rhodes makes the first. One more coming. Rhodes now has 10 points. Southeast Raleigh 40, South Garner 37. Didn't see a lot of the trapping pressure by the Titans in the opening quarter, but then they came out to begin the second quarter. That was a philosophical change. We get one more tie-up on a heavy takedown, jousting for that rebound and the miss.
I think they
just the other way.
Yeah, Patrick, I just think the Titans felt like they had to do something different. They had to come out and start being the aggressor, trying to force the issue, selling out, and it's paid off.
Titan ball. They trailed by as many as 10 in the first half. A 3 here would tie it. Barnes looking for his pace, and a bounce pass stolen away by Davis. Bulldogs on the move. Davis, a hard shot off the glass. Offensive rebound, and Rhodes will head to the free throw line. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. That will be the third foul on Moore.
Both sides really ramping up their fouls. This game is midway through the third quarter.
Tell you what, to win a state title, you need to make your free throws, and neither one of these teams tonight is putting on any kind of clinic. One more coming here for Rhodes. 40-37 Bulldogs. Misses them both. South Garner up the floor. This is Darden. Good decision. Out top, Clark. Taken right away by Harris and then dribbled it off for her foot. There goes to South Garner. Comes right through the fingertips of Crawford. Takeaway. Up the floor, Rhodes tries to save and does so right to South Garner underneath the rim. Numbers here for the Titans, as they will slow things down a bit. 2.5 to go in the third. The reversal. The kick to the top, Clark. And Barnes for the tie. Rims it good. And South Garner from 10 down has drawn level at 40.
A long-range 3, and now they're going to get the turnover.
And another turnover forced by Ashley Fuller's Titans. 10 points down. And they have roared back with their defense on the longest make of the night by anybody. She was 6 feet behind the line. Another one off the side of the rim this time. And a foul in the backcourt against South Garner. And a plea by Harley Clark to her mom and head coach on the sideline.
They've had success with the trap with 2 defenders closing in on a Bulldog near the sideline. Too much contact there. And again, with these fouls ramping up already, this is going to be a free throw shooting opportunity on the other end of the court. They'll walk down, and now they got free throws coming up.
Jay, this game may come down to somebody not on the floor right now being the hero. I mean, you may have several players foul out by the time we're at the end that who you need to make a big shot at the end might right now be on each of these teams' benches. Third foul on Harley Clark. And another free throw missed. This one by Harris for the Bulldogs. One more from the original Grills free throw line. And two more misses. Rebound to Clark. 40-40. Getting back behind the defense. Darden. Good leaping catch. And South Garner has the lead. Darden's first points of the game. And now a takeaway again by the Titans with that pressure. They throw down low. Massenberg got tackled from behind. And the Titan fans exploding here at Southeast Raleigh High School.
Well, this has been a big comeback led from the defense of the Titans, and they've seen some shots fall, Patrick, and that's increased their confidence shooting the ball.
And they are getting after it on the defensive end. Some contact on that steal that wasn't called, and South Garner attacks one more time. Massenberg makes it a three-point lead. Minute 54 for the third. Massive foul trouble for both teams. We have 8 minutes plus the remainder of the third to get through. 1 out of 2 from Massenberg. We get a reach in and a jump ball. Other way to the Bulldogs. 43-40, South Garner. And let's get to our updated Shawan Robinson basketball school points in the paint. Register today at ShawanRobinsonBasketballSchool.com. South Garner now has his +4 in the paint. Still the pressure, shadowing Harris and everybody for the Bulldogs. Across the lane, tough shot there, left short by Williams. And the putback is in though to cut it to 1. Jada Rhodes, 43-42. Clark holds it. Kills it and dumps it out front. The fans now on their feet. Everybody expecting more fouls and more whistles. Yeah, a long way to go in this one.
And you can tell the intensity from the South Garner fans with their excitement coming back, and then the Southeast Raleigh fans displeased. You can just feel the temperature rising in the gym.
Here's Darden, her first points of the game, just gave South Garner the lead. And she now has 3 here late in this third quarter. One more for the freshman for South Garner. Minute 20 for the third. Biggest lead now of the night for South Garner. 45-42. Bulldogs again just fighting through constant pressure. Davis heads to the foul line. That's a block on South Garner.
Southeast Raleigh quickly broke the press. They have to be careful, though, on the inbounds, not to angle it towards the sideline. Harris wisely got it back towards the middle, then quickly passed it. They just have to be very smart with their passes.
And there's Barnes, maybe a little shaken up with her lower back. That's her 4th foul as well. She hobbles to the sideline. So Corin Davis makes the first, one more coming. She has 5. Original Grills, elevate your grill game. They're getting their money's worth tonight, are they not? We've had about 50 combined free throws, plus or minus in this one, and about 50 turnovers. A pair knocked down by Davis. 45-44, South Garner. And now the Titans look to run, getting away with a double dribble. South Garner gets into half court. And another near turnover. Playing with a ticking time bomb here on this possession. 3 out of the sideline. Oh, net. Taylor Darden didn't score for about the first 30 minutes of the game. She now has the last 7 for South Garner. And a foul in the forecourt. We talked about the unlikely heroes maybe in the fourth quarter. Well, Darden has become an unlikely hero late in the third for South Garner.
Yeah, firing away from beyond the three-point line, high arc. And the fans getting into this game as the Titans grow their lead.
Jay, there are 3 South Garner Titans with 4 fouls now. Moore, Barnes, Crawford. 2 other players have 3 for South Garner. One more free throw coming for Maya Rhodes. Meanwhile, Allen has 4 for the Bulldogs. He is the only Southeast Raleigh player with 4. A couple of free throws knocked down.
At the foul trouble, this game could be altered significantly in the fourth quarter.
And a turnover, the takeaway. Davis. He'll pop from the foul line, around and off. Offensive rebound and another foul on the inside. I mean, this South Garner rally might be quelled a little bit if you're Ashley Fuller, because she knows the dire straits her team is in, her roster is in right now, and we just got our first foul out as Moore has just picked up her 5th. And she is fouled out late in the third quarter. And I would wager you a hot dog, Jay, that's not going to be the last time I utter that phrase in this game. So with 46 seconds left in the third quarter, Moore, the senior, has fouled out. So this is a long way from home for South Garner in terms of winning on the road at Southeast Raleigh, because Ashley Fuller is going to be facing a war of attrition with her players here. One more free throw coming for Kayla Williams. (48-47). Tie game. 48-48, less than a minute left in the third. Strap it in. We're going to see a heavyweight final quarter for the Greater News, effectively conference championship. There's some contact off the ball. Davis and Clark right above their left elbow. Darden working the clock. Down to about 15 seconds. And now they'll start to run the play with about 8 seconds left in the clock. Ashley Fuller says go, and here they go. Darden kicks out. Moore rims off a 3, rebound to the Bulldogs, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. And perhaps fittingly, the rally by the Titans from 10 down in the first half. They will play 8 minutes for the conference lead. On the road, it is 48-48. Southeast Raleigh and South Garner buckle up. All right, ready to go. 15th and final round of this Greater News heavyweight matchup. South Garner, Southeast Raleigh. 48-48, fourth quarter underway. Jay, how does this play out in your mind?
Well, I think it's going to come down to turnovers and foul trouble. And which team can protect the basketball is probably going to be the team that wins this game.
Titans commit the first turnover of this fourth quarter, 10 seconds deep. Ashley Fuller has already lost 1 player to fouls and has a couple of other players sitting with 4. To their credit, their defensive pressure have brought them back from double figures down, but now their boat is taking on some water as their roster is thinning out with fouls. Davis, the restart, splits the defense. No whistle that time. Offensive rebound. That is Rhodes on the inside fighting. The weak side, stick back by Davis. Bulldogs back on top.
This game's been back and forth here in the second half. Now the Bulldogs winning on the glass. No box out down low. They crash the boards.
Bulldogs by 2 for the lead. And the rebound, good position on the inside by Trinity Dunn. And a Super Bowl type pass drills the official in the leg. The ball stays in play. Would have been a turnover. Is it 3? It is! Oh, what a plot twist! That pass was going out of bounds and hit the official, leaping to try and get out of the way in the leg. kept it in the court, and a three was nailed, and the lead is 5 for the Bulldogs.
Unlucky for one side and lucky on the other side. Bulldogs knock it in.
Clark launches a three. No, the rebound to Jada Rhodes. And a throwaway. And Clark will bank it home and draw a foul. Well, I think so, or it's an injury timeout. It's an injury. No foul, I don't appear, but it's hopefully is just a cramp for Jada Rhodes. And Nicole Sampson, head coach, comes out, as does the athletic trainer. Yes, how they are treating her left leg is a cramp issue for Jada Rhodes. All right, so here is Rhodes coming down a little bit awkwardly on that left knee, left ankle, which then instigated the cramp. Here is the pass that was certainly going out of bounds, caught the official in the leg, stayed in the court of play, and then one pass leads to a deep three by Harris. Unbelievable. He'll be in the box score tomorrow. Assist off of the leg of that official. He tried to get out of the way, but high hurdles was not his forte. They're still working on Jada Rhodes. .53-50. Well, what great effort we've seen from all of these players. The hustle, the fights. It hasn't been the prettiest game at all. Jada Rhodes with the onset of cramps. Beginning to sit up. And I think all these players right now could use this little break. Electrolytes are working, but it's going to take Rose a little bit of time.
It's great to see her walk off. Those are so painful. Lead her as she stretches out.
So over to the sideline, she'll get a breather. Bulldog basketball +3. For one of the few times, looks like the Titans will not pressure. I guess I'm not surprised, Jay. They're running out of players.
I think
if you commit some fouls with this pressure, you could put yourself in a real bad predicament.
It's paid off. I just think right now you've got to preserve yourself for the final 3 minutes. Maybe under 4 you go back to, but I think Ashley Fuller very wisely pulling her team back. Wouldn't be surprised if they sit in a zone defense.
I mean, again, Barnes has 4 fouls. Chloe Crawford has 4 fouls. Clark has 3. Moore has 3. They have already lost Maisha Moore, who fouled out late in the third quarter. Taylor Moore is the other Moore who has 3. The officials just making sure there's no perspiration down to the deck. They give a thumbs up. And we will resume. 53-50. Southeast Raleigh leading. They've been beaten only once all year. They're 18-1 and unbeaten in the Greater News, but getting their full attention from South Garner. And it is a zone look for the first time all night by South Garner. 3 from the sideline, well short. Offensive rebound by Trent, twisting around, and she will shoot free throws. And that is going to be number 4 on Taylor Moore.
And Trent went into the body of Moore. Long rebound, quick rebound right into Trent. Quickly goes up. It's about the free throws again. Many opportunities throughout this game. Which team can execute? The young sophomore looking to knock in 2.
Original Grill's free throw line. Elevate your grill game. Trent misfires on the first. 53-50, Southeast Raleigh. One and 2 for Trent. 54-50, Southeast Raleigh. Titan basketball. They played through the perimeter. Massenberg Clark, the skip to the point. This is a three. All net. Big three again by Taylor Darden. Crossroads Ford, a Fuquay-Marina three-pointer. The Ford store that gives you more.
Another freshman.
And on the sideline, she stepped on it. Turnover, gives it right back to the Titans. How about Taylor Darden, freshman? Didn't score a point in the game until the last couple of minutes of the third quarter. Jay, she has 10 points in about 3.5 minutes.
She's made a huge impact in this ball game. She was ready to shoot as soon as the ball was swung to her.
We'll watch number 25 on the deck. She passes it away to Massenberg. They dump it inside. Oh, telegraph pass. Steal by Davis. Got around one defender to the hole. Banks it. Yes! And draws the foul. Huge finish by Southeast Raleigh. Corin Davis. The takeaway and the finish through contact.
Corin is so athletic and explosive. Goes in. And as she's hanging in the air, gets the roll. The sophomore so strong, she's a finisher.
Second foul on Massenberg. Bulldogs by 3. Boy, this crowd is into it. 3-point play for the sophomore Davis. 57-53, Southeast Raleigh. Tough bounce pass to make and a live ball turnover. The outlet to Davis, spins away, banks it home. An enormous last 2 possessions for Corin Davis off turnovers. Quickly, Clark, no. And knocked out of bounds by the Titans. Bulldog ball +6.
Southeast Raleigh can score so quickly. They did it 2 possessions in a row out on the run.
Southeast Raleigh up by 6. They've taken the best shot of South Garner. There may be another. Bulldogs up 59-53. Six-point lead for Southeast Raleigh. Waning moments of this final quarter. What an entertaining game this has been for all in the fans, young and old. Bulldog ball up by 6. Southeast Garner came from 10 down to take the lead, but have now given it back to the Bulldogs on some big defense and big transition buckets by number 4, Corin Davis. Stepping through, losing the handle is Harris, but now regained back by the Bulldogs. Harris off balance 3, flips it out. Offensive rebound, and the stick back is in on the inside by Southeast Raleigh. Kayla Williams, 8-point lead now for the Bulldogs. To the inside, fumbled off the fingertips of Crawford, and a takeaway by the Bulldogs. And now it is South Garner coughing at the ball left and right. Out of the corner, Harris a 3, no. Long rebound, Davis rims it, good! 10-point lead out of nowhere for Southeast Raleigh.
They can score so quickly. They have gained all the momentum, and now it's just a matter of time on the defensive end. You just want to make sure you cut off passing lanes, defend the three-point line. But their offense is coming around at the right time.
And this has been a 12-2 run by Southeast Raleigh. 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. So much energy and effort expended by the Titans to get back in it with that defense. Down by double digits again. Twisting move to the inside. Nice finish by Harley Clark. Bulldogs by 8.
But for the Titans, it's got to be about their defense.
Corin Davis off the bounce pass. Rims it off. Battle for the board. Taylor Moore was there and she got fouled. Stops the clock with 3:18. That'll be number 4 on Trent. (63 55) Southeast Raleigh trying to get to 19-1, and for all intents and purposes close out the Greater News regular season. This is Moore, barely down the lane, shot block, tip to the corner. Harris up the floor. And a takeaway down the sideline by the Titans. Barnes whips it to the corner. Baseline drive. Shot blocked out of bounds by the freshman Harris.
Harris has played so well. Shooting the ball and on the defensive side, timing it up. As the drive comes down, just eyeing it, and then with the block.
I mean, that's the second time we've seen Harris block his shot when the offensive player had a step on her. Good body control, excellent timing on the backside, swatted out of bounds. Titan ball, using a screen, three, nowhere close. Moore runs down the rebound in the corner. Barnes attacks, off glass, no. Rebound knocked around, once again regained by the Titans. Boy, they need a bucket badly in this possession. Barnes, through traffic, gets it. Steps it down to 6.
If I'm Southeast Raleigh, I am spreading the floor, pulling the ball out as you're going to anticipate pressure. You want to use some clock.
Oh, and now a travel by the freshman Harris. That ball just got stapled to her hip. 2:21, we get a timeout. We'll keep it here, 63-57. Southeast Raleigh. But a little bit wobbly these last couple of possessions. Still plenty of time and plenty of hope for Ashley Fuller's Titans.
I think in this ball game, and you look at 6-point lead, Southeast Raleigh has a cushion. But this game is far from over because it's going to be about turnovers. Both sides have had trouble controlling the ball. And then fouls and making your free throws. Who's going to foul out if it gets in a situation where you do have to start to foul? And then can either team knock down free throws consistently?
I'm curious to see as well, Jay. Curious to see if there's going to come a time where Ashley Fuller redeploys the full court pressure.
I think
for a good reason she decided not to. A lot of foul trouble is piling up, but I think now a couple of minutes left, you can change things up and maybe catch them off guard.
I think after makes, you have to do full court pressure. But I think in the half court, at least at this point, you can extend it. That you saw when you extended it, it created a turnover. So Southeast Raleigh has to prove that they can maintain the possession, not shoot it, and not turn it over and use the clock.
That's the gamble for the Titans. It is either forced a turnover, which is good, or it's led to a defensive foul, which they really can't afford. So that's the conundrum that she's in as we get the updated points in the paint. 22-20 edge for Southeast Raleigh. Sponsored by Shawan Robinson Basketball School. Register today, ShawanRobinsonBasketballSchool.com. Titan ball down 6. They touch to the inside. This is Harley Clark. She lost it. And a takeaway by the Bulldogs. And they have some numbers here as Davis presses it ahead. The runner off one leg short. And the rebound to the sideline chased. Bulldogs save. Inside 2 minutes. Rhodes. Hard attack. No. And the Titans have it. Down by 6.
Bulldogs don't have to shoot it there.
Crawford for 3. No. And here's the rebound for the Bulldogs. Got around Barnes, still on the attack, a bounce low. And free throws coming for Southeast Raleigh. Davis will shoot. That is the first foul on Darden. Two free throws for Davis. 15 points in the game. One more coming. Minute 38 to play. Rousing comeback by South Garner. 10 down. Defensive pressure got amped up. Grabbed the lead late in the third quarter. Foul trouble has harmed them. From that heavy man-to-man pressure to the zone. Bulldogs have forced some turnovers. They got some big buckets. Hard shot missed by Clark in the lane. Bulldogs have it up by 7. And now time, the ally of Southeast Raleigh. A driving layup is missed. And it is Titan ball.
When Southeast Raleigh has the lead, you have to pull the ball out.
Yep.
And no no need to take a shot, because now if there is a miss, it gives the ball right back. And the Titans have had a knack for hitting the three, Patrick. All they need is one to feel like they're back in it.
Chloe Crawford, number 5 on the floor. They come up top, Barnes. Quick pass. This is Darden. She's had the hot hand. Misses. Crawford the rebound and finds Barnes. 1 minute to go in regulation. Titan ball down by 7. Moore working hard to set a screen. It's declined. Barnes in the baseline. Shuffling the restart. Darden. Oh, nice finish again by Darden. Boy, what a future. 12 points now for Darden.
That was impressive. Right on the baseline with 2 defenders coming over.
Made the shot. Clock still running, though. 40 seconds left. Bulldogs get it in, leading by 5. And now South Garner has to be smart on who takes the foul here. It can't be Moore. She has 4. It can't be Barnes. She has 4. And instead it is Darden. And that's number 2 on Darden. So that was a good 15, 17 seconds that came off the clock after the made field goals. We get a timeout taken by South Garner. 29 seconds left. Bulldogs ball. Actually, it'll be the free throw line with a 5-point lead.
I think what we've gathered from this game tonight is both teams play so hard and play with the pace and just a relentless style. I think, though, for both coaches, the next area that they'll talk to their teams about it is making the most of their opportunities, being aggressive but not playing, with the foul issues that we've seen tonight, and then making their free throws.
And you're right about Nicole Sampson's squad. Know the situation, know the score. You didn't need any more points. You attacked the rim, didn't have a high percentage shot, and gave the Titans a little bit more hope as they made a bucket at the other end. But clock is not their friend. It is a non-shooting foul. I believe the last non-shooting foul that the Titans will take. So Trent will throw in. And she throws it away right into Darden's hand. Darden having a tough time getting to it. Does, and hooks a pass right to Darea Harris. Well, that was the frenetic pressure that the Titans were hoping to force a turnover. They did. But then just a little bit of fumble by Massenberg. Couldn't find the angle when she finally got the ball in her hands. And now free throws for the Bulldogs. 22 seconds left. Harris at the line. 2 from the original Grills free throw line. Elevate your grill game. 13 for Harris tonight, now 14. 65-59, Southeast Raleigh. One of 2 for Harris. Rebound tipped. Harris chases. Some contact. Whistles are swallowed. Here's Barnes into the half court. Passes it away. Moore launches a 3. Off the mark. Bulldog rebound. And the ball squirts to the sideline. It stays with the Titans, but only 8 seconds left.
For the Titans, you need a 3, a turnover, and a 3.
They needed a 3 and then a timeout because the clock doesn't stop, even on a make. Here's Barnes for 3. No good. Lands on the end line, and that is going to do it for South Garner. What a game effort by the Titans. 10 points down, took the lead. But then foul trouble led to some attrition, and they couldn't close the deal. And Southeast Raleigh will inbound. They will stay unbeaten in the Greater Neuse and move to 19-1 overall, and they're staring right at a top seed in the Eastern region here in a couple of weeks if they can run the table.
Yeah, this is a big win, and protecting your home floor, the Bulldogs accomplishing their goal tonight. Would not be surprised if we see this matchup maybe 2 more times even. Conference tournament and the playoffs.
South Garner lost to Southeast Raleigh on the Titans' home floor a few weeks ago by 9 points. It was a 57-48 game. Right now it is a 6-point lead. Harris one more time to the line. Back to 7. But these teams will get to know each other very well. They know what to expect now. Physical game. Turnover-prone game. Great athletes out there. Grit and determination and resolve. But once again, Southeast Raleigh is going to reign supreme over South Garner. And they will move to 10-0 in the Greater News. 19-1 overall. And Nicole Sampson's Bulldogs survive.
And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Face a lot of adversity tonight, to say the least. And Southeast Raleigh vanquishes the Titans again. 67-59 your final.
Both these teams play so hard, competed at the highest level. This is a rivalry game, and each side has had such a successful season, and I expect these two teams to make deep playoff runs. They've got talented rosters that are great now, and just think about the future with these young players.
Yeah, this rivalry between these two teams is just beginning. We will see years of this rivalry in the Greater News. But the Bulldogs reign supreme again. Southeast Raleigh over South Garner 67-59. Jay will have the trophy presentation to Nicole Sampson and the Bulldogs when we come back. Southeast Raleigh continues its master of the Greater News. 19-1 with the win. 10-0 in league play. They take down South Garner for the second time in a couple of weeks. 67-59 the final. So to Jay Sohnhalter, who is with Nicole Sampson, and the victorious Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs.
Coach, I think one of the biggest things from the victory tonight is how hard your team plays. Where does that come from?
Practice. They practice hard so that when it comes time for game time, they're ready to go. Yep.
What did you say to your team in that third quarter when they came back and then you guys found a way to push back, gain the lead, and then close it out?
Well, we knew we had some folks that had foul trouble and they sat for the third, so we knew we were in good shape with the fourth quarter with them coming in fresh, and we were just rolling. And we had some key contributors. Kayla Williams came in and played some major minutes.
And, Coach, this atmosphere tonight was special. What does that mean to you and your players to have the support of the community?
That just shows you that Southeast Raleigh tradition never graduates. We've had a lot of teams that come through to be successful year after year after year. This group is no different, and they deserve a big crowd, and I'm just happy that they got that tonight.
This was a big win tonight. One more week of the regular season and then conference tournament and playoffs. Where do you see this team going?
All the way. All the way. All the way. All the way.
Well, Coach, that's a great start tonight. So much fun watching your team. Congratulations. Here's your high school hoops trophy.
Well, that is the quote of the night. After the celebration of the night, tradition never graduates. And the tradition is alive and well here at Southeast Raleigh High School. Final score 67-59, Southeast Raleigh over South Garner. All of us would like to take a minute to thank the wonderful folks at Riddle & Riddle who make these games possible for all of you watching. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters for their contributions to our high school hoops on WRDC Sports. They would be Crossroads Ford at Fuquay Arena, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Original Grills, Schwann Robinson Basketball School, and Tatum and Atkinson. We'd also like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support right here at Southeast Raleigh High School and those over at South Garner. Our last regular season broadcast next Friday from Apex Friendship. Green Level and Apex Friendship. Jay and I and the crew will be there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Final score, Southeast Raleigh, a big step to another regular season Greater News title, 67-59. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Ever since my boots first hit these streets, had to scratch and claw, made me hard to beat. They were real early mornings and late nights.